So today's project is going to be some earrings. Now I have made a set of these already. I did one on its own to go in a coffin for one of my Halloween projects. And then I decided to make the pair for a pair of earrings for my daughter, but I didn't do that as a separate project on camera. But then she asked me to make a pair for her friend. So I thought I will do a video of me making these earrings, but to make it a bit more of a valuable video, I shall make some other earrings as well. So I haven't 100% decided which sets I'm going to make, but I have brought out this mould as well. I have made some of these before. Video number 4, not that I've numbered my videos, but the 4th one I published was me making some of these with UV resin. And I've also got this mould out. Personally think I get a smoother result with epoxy. Maybe I'll do a bit of both. I don't know. Why don't I do this with UV, coloured UV, instead of painting the mould? Actually, I have tried, not with this particular mould, but I have tried using coloured UV on a holographic mould before, and the holographicness didn't show up. I've also got some glittery ones somewhere, but then glittery definitely will detract from the holographicness, won't it? So let's see. Let's use yellow, green, pink or pink. Yellow, green and purple. Should I use a black for the dots? Yeah, why not? Right, this is going to be difficult because the spaces are so tiny. Right, I think that'll do. So into my G3. I could easily cure that with just my pen light, but I want to see how the UV function works. So huh? 30 seconds. Oh, you can change it. Right, okay, back in the moment. 1 minute. That's done. So the G3, obviously I'm not doing a G3 review as such, but the G3 UV function, it starts at 30 seconds. I put it up to 1 minute, and I'll warn you right now, from the very second it starts, it stinks. I've lost a bit of black out of this dot, so I'll just put that back in and then just cure it with my pen light. I'm not putting the G3 back on for that. I've decided to just finish it off with just clear UV. Okay, they are cured. I left it at its basic 30 seconds to start with, and they felt solid, still bendy but solid. So I did them for another 30 seconds after that, so they have had a total minute. But I think I shall leave the demold till the end. Right, I'm just going to mix up some epoxy for the rest of my earrings. I'll be back in a mo. Okay, so I am just going to start pouring into the biggest section of the body. Leave it to spread a little bit while I start the next one. And the head. Oh, I didn't alcohol spray. Never mind. I'm going to go all around with the stick anyway. Actually, I think that's got enough. I don't remember having this much trouble last time. I think that'll do for... Oh, stupid. Just a bit underfilled actually. Right, I need to get a move on. Black paste. Let's see how it goes. I know I've mixed it a bit, causing it to go grey. I know about putting glue in, and then that makes your colours stay separate, but these moulds are too small for that. Right, this mould. The problem with this mould is there's only one of each design. So they're in a pair of flames, they're in a pair of horns. Right, okay, I'm going to demold these now because, as I say, I have to use them again to make a pair. So I may as well show you them demolded. I was going to just sneakily make them again, but why not? So let me put my light back on. So let's see how these marble effect ones. Now then, this has had the full 2 hours and they're still bendy. Whereas a different project I made that probably will come out, I don't know when it'll probably come out after this one. A different project I made was really thick, and I had set it going for the 2 hours, but it was quite late at night and I'd overestimated how long I'd be able to stay awake. So I actually turned it off after only about an hour, and that was fully cured. So this just goes to prove that thicker items cure faster than thin items. So that's the top side, that is in the mould, so the back side of the finished item. So actually, I was concerned I'd made it too grey, mixing it too much, so I'm quite happy with that. Same here. Quite happy with that. And these that I deliberately didn't mix as much. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna do the same again, so I get a roughly matching pair. But I shall have to do that tomorrow. It is late tonight. That one's a bit underpoured for my liking, so I might actually put that back in the mould and do a clear top coat, but I'll decide that tomorrow. These are okay. Right, so I've demoulded them because I needed to make to do the second one. The other ones from the skeleton mould, I will leave them for a proper demoulding session later. This one's very underpoured. That one possibly a bit, so I might give them a bit of a top up with UV as well. So yeah, I shall see you tomorrow. Okay, I have top coated the couple that needed a top coat from this mould, and I have top coated this one with UV, I must add. For some very strange reason, this one is staying wet. They're all in for the same amount of time, but this one stays wet. And then I've ruined it by wiping off the excess. Some of it must be curing. It doesn't feel as sharp on the edges, but I've ruined the shine of it now. So and I'm depositing white fibres on it as well now. So now I doubt that I'm going to have got my colour concentration exactly correct, so these flames might not be a matching pair. Whether it'll be noticeable, I don't know. But the black and white ones will be different everywhere anyway, because the marbling pattern will be different. Okay, I'm jumping in with a voiceover here to apologise profusely for the issues with the footage. I've cut out the making of the second set of skulls because the camera changed orientation, and so that is all off camera. If anybody can help me with how to make sure my camera doesn't change orientation every time I press pause and press record again, please, please, please let me know in the comments, because this can't be fun for you guys and I want to make the best videos that I can for you all. Thank you so much for any advice. Okay, so here's the ones I had already demoulded, and here are the second ones. That one is a bit underfull, so I think I'm just going to give that a little top coat. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so that one's had a little top coat of UV. Whilst that's curing, I shall demould these. I don't actually know what these rings are for. Are you supposed to join them together with a jump ring? Or is it just so that that's an option? But then if you had them on separate necklaces, then them holes would look weird. So I don't know whether I will bother actually making necklaces out of these at the moment. There's a couple of holes in them as well, actually, but they were just leftover resin. Now this one that was still staying sticky or not even curing at all is fully dried off, but I've left scuff marks. I might deal with that pair at a later time. I might not. We'll see. That actually looks like quite a nice pair. Okay. Right, that mould is back under the light. So, oh, it's finished. Has it had enough time though? Right, what I'll do is I'll take... Actually, these are still soft. Do you know, it's because I had 2 projects in the curing machine at one time and different heights. So I set it for the tall mould height and these are thin, so these mustn't have got enough heat to them. So in actual fact, I'll put this back under for the UV for a minute. In fact, no, that's demoldable because... No, that's also jelly-ish. I might have stuffed this lot up. Right, I'm going to put it back under for the UV for a minute and then I'm going to switch it back to epoxy, but for flat mould setting for an hour or so. Meanwhile, I'm going to demold these. Oh, and also I have these to properly demold. Oh, nice, pretty. Let's get subtle. Can't see. I either can't see much green or the green and yellow has ended up looking the same. Okay, I shall gather my jewellery making bits and be back in a mo. Right, okay, I think I've got enough jump rings out. I think I need 10 for each, but don't matter, I can get more out if needed. So, firstly, we shall put a jump ring on the earring wires. Now, my eyesight is really bad. I don't know if I'll be able to see what I'm doing. Now, I learned what this is for the first time last week. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Tony, at George's Gorgeous Crafts. Right, let's make sure this is going to hang the right way. In fact, if I put it on here first, then I can make sure that goes on the right way, can't I? Actually, just close that up, otherwise I'll end up just dropping it. I can always open it again if I want, so can't I? Actually, I need to close that up a bit better. Just a moment. Right, so they're a bit rubbish, aren't they? Or are they? Is it just me not understanding? Oh, I wish... If that goes in your ear that way, so here's your face, then you've got to always put that one in the left ear. Because if you put that one, put it in the right ear, so your face is here, he's going to be facing the right ear, your face. I guess if it weren't underpawed, it wouldn't matter too much. I'm curious now how I did my daughter's, but I didn't record filming hers. I'm sure I used the same attachments. So now I need to make sure that this goes where it needs to be, in the right hand ear. The right ear. Done. Okay, so facing that way. Left ear. Right ear, yeah. I've got one facing each way. Oh man, I need. Oh, I've just noticed there's a bit of a bubble in that one. A bit of a hole. Oh well. Voiceover me jumping in to tell you that this is part of the 31 Days of Halloween collaboration organised by Alison at Stressful Mum Paints. The link to the playlist will be in my description. Please go and check that out. There will be lots of spooky projects in there from a nice variety of creators. Do you know, I think I did better when I used to separate them with these instead of that, because I don't know whether I'm just being too heavy-handed with that. It's pulling it outwards as well instead of just sideways. Right, I shall come back when I've finished these. Right, so I have demoulded them all. I have put together the skeletons. I'll show you them at the end. So these are, well, ignore them. These are the back sides, and not much difference. These are the fronts. Although, as predicted, I didn't get the colours exactly matching the colour concentration. So these are the backs of these, and they're the fronts. Backs, fronts, backs, very uneven. Front, a little bit uneven. Back, front. So I shall put all these together, and then I will show you them all at the end. Okay, before I show you the finished earrings, I decided to do this, but then I thought, well, which one would I put a actual earring through? That would look weird. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do about them. I mean, yeah, see with those, if I just do them as single earrings, the holes are just going to look weird. So I don't think I'm actually going to progress those. And these ones, yeah, I'm not going to bother with those either right now. If I make another top, if I do another top coat, it's going to end up too thick. So they're just junk. Okay, I will be back in a moment with the glamour shots. Thank you very much for watching. If you aren't subscribed already, I would really appreciate if you would. Have a good week, and I hope to see you again next week.